And welcome everybody to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations, bringing the best content for the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake and I'm a real world flight dispatcher and bring you a little more context to your flight sim viewing experience. And today is going to be probably one of the most challenging, if not the most challenging, flights and streams that I have done yet. As I'm sure many of y'all can tell from the title and the description, we are going to be flying a, typically we call it the no fuss bus, but today this bus be a fuss. We have lots of MELs that are going to be applied to this flight plan and to this airplane. We're going to be lacking a lot of those beautiful automated capabilities that we ever so enjoy in the Airbus. So we will be diving into that. But first things first, as always, huge shout out to all of the channel members. And that's going to be starting with, come on, now shit's frozen. It's going to be starting with Pilot Porter, Dustin, D. Champ, Callie Simmer, Ford Contour, Hillbilly Gypsy, Zach Hamilton, Bravo Charlie, Gavin Chapman, Zolt, Skyfall, Wes, Jose, Andrew something, Brett Smith, Cap Shack, Shadow Dark, Image Seeker, Zach Winnick, Marco, VR Sim Pilot, the DA204, Cam MD80, J Foot, Igor, Ben McClements, Ron Lee, David Isaac, Drew Stone, Josh Sioux Falls, CST Gaming, Zato, the Gigalatis, Buckeye Fly, Quise, Plain Nuts, Kieran, Aaron 428, Jay Queen, Brandon, Big Ralph, Fritz, Dancing Parrot, AJJ, Cap Nate, Sean, Rowe, and Nabil. Guys, thank y'all so much for the continued support. Y'all are fucking awesome, and greatly appreciate you guys. Now, actually, before I go any further, let me text my guy Jim, who is at work right now, and he was saying that he was wanting to watch the stream today, so I'm gonna let him know that I am live, because I think he'll like this one.
Retard.
Abdelio has become a member. Bro, you did not have to do that, but nonetheless, dude, thank you so much. That is super kind of you, and welcome to the Wrong Side members. Make sure to join the, well, shit, I already know you're a part of the Discord, but the Discord is where you'll be utilizing all of your perks to your membership. So, dude, thank you so much. Super awesome of you, and very happy to have you with us, man. All right, so to the chat, kicking things off, we got Wes in the house, or at least he was. I don't know how early Wes and Josh's the first two comments in the chat were, but nonetheless, Wes, what's going on, dude? Great to see you, man. Welcome, Josh. I think I have a text from you too that I don't remember. I was doing something. I was super busy. Actually, I think I was just getting ready for work, and I forgot to respond. So I will definitely look at that. But is V1 going to bless us with his presence on this challenge? He is not right now. He is live streaming Cessna 310 flight, I believe, from Flagstaff, overflying the Grand Canyon and going to Bryce Canyon. A lot of the kind of flying that we did on our members only group flight last week. That's what he's up to right now. He is aware of this. Yeah, so he might, depending on how fast he gets up there, and we're going to be in pre-flight for quite a while, so he could actually drop in. My man Zach Hamilton, what's going on, dude? Hand flying time, damn right. This is gonna be a tough one. Kieran, great to see you, man. Welcome. Callie Simmer, hello, my dear. Drew Stone's in the house. What's up, Drew? How easy man? Well, when we're in the chat, that means it's drinking time. So I'm gonna have to pound this energy drink, and then we're gonna have to switch to whiskey. I still have some whiskey from early this morning sitting next to me. Mike Strubble, what's going on, dude? Great to see you, man. Marco, what's up, Marco, dude? Great to see you, dude. Nabil, what's good, man? You see it. And Abdelio, Sup to you as well. Glad you're here. And my man, Jim. Coño! Every day that I walk into work and Jim is working, as soon as I walk in, he sees my cowboy hat. Coño! Coño! And so, just a little teaser for you, Jim. Let's see. If you look right here, who's our dispatcher? Well, shit, never mind. Hell, I gotta click the right button. Who's our dispatcher today? Javier Martinez, my man, Jim. I wanted to make sure you saw that, so I knew you're gonna be watching today, so I was like, we're gonna make Jim the dispatcher. Oh, let's see. But yeah, send a preview of Ponce scenery on Discord. We're almost to the top of the hill. Awesome, awesome. I'll have to take a look after the stream. Shots in about an hour, 10 minutes. Okay, is that when you're getting off work? Wrong side. What's up, man? You see it? Getting ready to hammer down on a kick-ass stream. But dude, great to see you, man. I'm glad to have you here with us. Jay, you've been the dispatcher for like the last probably like 5 flights. And I don't know if you ever were around whenever I had your name on the release, and now here you are, and you're not dispatching this one. It's okay though, because you don't want to be dispatching this one. This one sucks from a dispatcher's perspective. So I think that pretty much wraps up everything with all of our hellos and intros and shit. So let's get into this. Again, the pre-flight is going to be relatively long on this one. We're going to be really kind of getting down and dirty in the nitty-gritty parts of dispatching a flight that is this complex. And then we're going to be applying those to the airplane, and we're going to be flying it using the what do they call it? Let's see. Let's just go. Anyways, basically doing the pilot procedure. Yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna get into this. These are MELs. Made my fancy little logo up there on the top. These are all of the MELs that we're gonna be applying today. So just to quickly touch on all of them, we're gonna be applying autopilot systems. So we're gonna have no autopilot, and we're actually, I meant to do it before starting the stream, but we're gonna actually like fail it in the airplane versus just not using it. Auto thrust is going to be gone, so we'll be manually setting our thrust. That we'll see if we'll be able to do that or not. I do have like some weird little issue with my throttles where I get so far up into the travel of the throttle quadrant, like the last little bit is just like firewalls it. So if I start having issues with that, we might have to use the auto thrust. Otherwise, like, I won't be able to effectively use correct thrust in the airplane. We're going to be downgraded to Cat 1 approaches, downgrade to Cat 2 approaches. Flight director systems will be in op. We won't have soft go-arounds, and we will also not be able to fly in RVSM airspace, and there's a lot of other restrictions that come with all of these. We're going to dig into this. So we already have the flight planned. I did the hard part early this morning so that we wouldn't be here forever. But yeah, let's jump into the airplane. Let's go ahead and get it powered up, and then we'll get into all of the MELs and whatnot. So here we are. Today, this is a ferry, a maintenance ferry flight. In fact, while we're here, let's go. Miscellaneous. Let's change this to that'd be me, and then we'll make this captain. It's a repo flight, right? So it's chill, Part 91. So we're not going to be wearing our uniforms today. Basically, we came out to the airport to pick up the airplane, and kind of the scenario that we're looking at, this is somewhat of a realistic scenario. This airplane was scheduled to go to Los Angeles. It was fueled, and then they had all sorts of maintenance problems. So they tail swapped the flight onto a different airplane, and now the company wants to ferry this one to Detroit to the maintenance hangar to have all of the issues fixed. But we are unfortunately the unfortunate flight crew that's going to have to deal with all of these maintenance deferrals. My man, Blue Games, what is up, dude? Great to see you, man. Hope you're doing good. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yeah, so with that, the aircraft is fueled for LA, so we're going to have a lot of gas on board. We also are going to be taking the original crew that was supposed to be operating the flight to LA. They're going to be deadheading with us back to Detroit. They're Detroit based, something of that nature. So, let's fire it up, and then we'll start reading into the MEL'S. So as always, battery 1 and 2, external power. Give it a second to power up. And we'll go crew supply, ground control, CVR test. Head over to captain, ADIRS 1, 2, and 3. On the status. No, I want that in auto. Cool. We're not going to have flight directors, so we're going to turn those off. Because there is not a flight director failure in the McDo. But we do want constraints, VORs, constraints, VORs. Why did the flight directors come back on? We're going to come down here. I'm going to go to config. I want failures, auto flights. Autothrust 1 and 2, autopilot 1 and 2. Those have been deferred. Ignore the navigation, that's just the ADIRS aligning, so until they're aligned, it's going to flag that. I don't think. Communications, eyes, flight controls. Because I looked everywhere and couldn't find flight director. This thing's doing. We'll probably just go with those, and we'll just manually leave the flight director push buttons and off. So don't know what else it would be under. I've checked everything. Yeah, whatever. We'll just do that. Alright, so those are failed. Let's switch, yeah, let's switch. Auto, all, cool. Okay. I'm gonna pause the music because I feel like I'm gonna have to scream if I don't. Let's see. Just getting a neck massage. Oh shit, there you go. Hopefully whoever's doing it's pretty. Non-RVSM to Detroit. Damn, that sucks for you. Nah, it's just altitude. Who cares? Would they be able to fly passengers with all this? Yeah, we could. I've definitely dispatched flights with all of these MELs. Not all, but some of these MELs at the same time, and it's not a problem. Honestly, the only problem would be the pilots not wanting to fly an airplane like this. They can always reject an airplane, but they have to have really good reason for it. Usually, it's not a problem. And yep, we are using the FENIX. So let's look at the MELs. Alright, so we're going to be starting with the autopilot systems. So with this MEL 22-10-01-2, we also have to apply MEL 22-99-01-1 and 34-99-01. Main things for us, there's 2 installed, 0 required to fly. So 2 autopilot channels and 0 are required. We're not going to have a single one of them working for this flight. Remarks and exceptions may be inoperative provided approach minimums are at or above Cat 1, aircraft not dispatched into RVSM airspace, and number of flight segments and segment duration is acceptable to flight crew. So the flight crew has a say. If they feel like the flight is too long to hand fly, then they could likely turn this airplane down. Note, any mode which operates normally may be used. So any modes of the autopilot that we still have, which we're still going to have, like heading and selected speed and some basic functions of the autopilot, we'll be able to use that. They would have to set some placards out. There'd be a Cat 2, Cat 3, downgraded Cat 1 placard, as well as RVSM not authorized placard. Operations procedure, flight preparations and limitations when both autopilots are in op. For aircraft with RMP AR capability, which ours is not, RMP AR operations are not permitted. Don't really care about that. It doesn't apply to us. RVSM operations are not permitted. So RVSM is reduced vertical separations minima. That starts above 28,000 feet, and that's where aircraft pass within 1,000 feet of each other. You're not allowed to operate in that airspace. Maximum landing capability is a Cat 1. For the dispatch procedure, it's going to be a downgrade to a Cat 1 only. So if the minimums or the weather was super low visibility, quarter mile, stuff like that, Cat 2, Cat 3 is not possible. And another note, RVSM not authorized. Cool, so we got that. Autothrust functions, 22-30-01-2. And that is with the soft go around function mod. 1 installed, 0 required. Remarks and exceptions may be not provided. All thrust lever sensors are verified to operate normally. They are. Approach minimums do not require its use. We're fine there. And soft go around function is considered an op. This is a big note. Alpha floor, which is our stall protection, is not available with auto thrust function in op. So we definitely don't want to, fly too slow. There would be a placard for this adjacent to the auto thrust push button switch. On the flight control unit, there'd be a little placard, and then Cat 2, Cat 3, downgrade to Cat 2. So there'd be a placard for that as well. Now, if you're paying attention, what's kind of interesting with this is you start seeing these downgrades piling up. So if we didn't have autopilot deferred, if it was just auto thrust, we'd be restricted to a Cat 2 or a Cat 1. But with the autopilot channels being deferred, we are restricted to a Cat 1 approach. So flight preparations, limitations, Cat 3 is not authorized. Max landing capability is Cat 2. After engine start, press and hold the auto thrust instinctive disconnect push button switch for at least 15 seconds. Check that auto thrust is displayed in op system on the ECAM status page. I've tried that before and it does not work, but we have the system deferred in the failures. Yeah, auto thrust Why does it say 1 and 2? Because there's only one. But oh well. They're deferred. Alright. Next. The autothrust system is permanently disconnected for the remainder of the flight. All autothrust functions, including alpha floor, are lost. For dispatch, downgrade to Cat 2. Alright, so here is associated with this MEL, we have to apply 22-99-01-2 and 22-10-09. So the let's go to the -2. So 22-99-01-2, Cat 2, Cat 3 program status. Basically, this is just an MEL for the downgrade to Cat 2 by itself. Then it also says 22-10-09. That is the soft go around function. 1 installed, 0 required, may be an op. So, not a problem. Operation procedure for a go around: set and maintain toga until thrust reduction altitude. Noted. On our first autopilot, we have a 22-99-01-1 and a 34-99-01. So let's look at the -1 first, which is the downgrade to Cat 1. And that's really all it is. Downgrade aircraft to Cat 1. Adjacent ECAM display would be placarded. And then downgrade to Cat 1 for dispatch. And then the 34-99-01. Here it is, RVSM operation. So remarks and exceptions: aircraft not authorized to operate in RVSM when an RVSM system / component is not RVSM operation, not authorized. There would be a placard adjacent of the ECAM display. Operations procedure: RVSM. Flight prep and limitations: RVSM is not authorized. Limit flight altitude to flight level 280 or below. Dispatch procedure: RVSM is not authorized. Flight must be planned at or below flight level 280. Remark on the OFP: non-RVSM ops. Modify the ATC flight plan. So this is what's getting filed with ATC. We'll be filing a strip with VATSIM, and we'll be making these changes. So in field 10A, the equipment field, we're going to delete the whiskey. And then also in field 18, we're going to add a remark / RMK / non-RVSM. That way ATC doesn't try to climb us up into RVSM airspace. And that is all of... Oh no, never mind. We got the flight director MEL to do as well. Alright, so flight director systems. This one, when your flight directors are out in the Airbus, it completely changes the logic of the airplane. So it's a pretty big hit on just the functionality in which that you're used to with this airplane. Also, by the way, guys, if you are enjoying this kind of content, this very in-depth look on both the dispatch and the pilot side of MELs, then please smash that like button. As we all know, definitely helps the algorithm. Bigger numbers are sexy, but it just makes my heart feel good that y'all actually like what I'm doing. Anyways, alright, so Flight Director Systems 22-10-02-2. We have 2 installed, 0 required. Remarks and exceptions: may be an op provided approach minimums are at or above Cat 1. Alternate takeoff procedures are established and used, and it should talk about what those alternate takeoff procedures are, but really it's just going to be taken off in toga. Well, actually no, it will talk about it. There would be a couple placards adjacent to the flight director push button switch on the FCU panel. There'd be a little placard, and then also the downgrade Cat 1, which we would already have that from other MELs. Note: RNAV not authorized. RNAV departure, RNAV en route, RNAV approach, and RNAV arrival not authorized. RNAV 2, RNAV 1, RNP 1, RNP approach, which is RNAV GPS / GNSS, and RNP AR, if equipped, operations are not prohibited. Basically, cannot fly any GPS function whatsoever. No, like, go direct to block A fix. Like, can't do any of that. Basically, we're back to World War II era days. We're flying the needles off of land-based nav aids, Class 1 navigation. Note: weather must be greater than 4,000 RVR, which equates to 3/4 of a mile. So that's not even a cat. That's not even a standard Cat 1. Standard Cat 1s are half-mile visibility. This is saying we need weather greater than 3/4 of a mile, so we're going to need at least 1 mile of visibility to initiate an approach. So that's very important to note, because all of our downgrades saying downgrade to Cat 1, but theoretically we can't even fly a Cat 1. But there is no MEL to downgrade higher than a Cat 1. Note U.S. RNAV routes. Quebec routes, Tango routes, and Yankee routes are RNAV 2 and not permitted. Operations procedure, flight director, Cat 2, Cat 3 not authorized. Autoland not authorized. RMP approach not authorized. Takeoff. A takeoff or go around without flight directors provides no flight director bars, no autothrust arming, no guidance available, target speed on PFD as selected on the FCU or default to 100 knots, and no autothrust activation when thrust levers are set to climb detent. When a takeoff or a go-around is performed without flight directors, proceed as follows. Now, this is those alternate takeoff procedures that the first page was talking about. Right here. And so, that will be acquire pitch attitude, about 15 degrees, to maintain the speed target with 2 engines operative, or adapt pitch to maintain at least V2, which is about 12.5 degrees in case of engine failure. When reaching thrust reduction altitude or acceleration altitude, select climb speed on the FCU. So we'll dial the speed up to what we want. It's going to be 250 knots. Set thrust levers to the climb detemp. Use manual thrust or activate autothrust if applicable. But it's not applicable because it is deferred, so we will be using manual thrust. At least we're going to try to. Again, might have some issues with my physical throttle quadrant, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If autopilot 1 and 2 can be engaged, basic mode will engage and other autopilot modes are available. Won't be able to do that because those are also deferred. For go around with no flight directors, thrust reduction and acceleration altitude should be the same. We're going to be using 1500 feet. MSL. Dispatch procedure. So this is for the dispatcher. Downgrade to a Cat 1. I need to sip. Anyways, downgrade to Cat 1. RNAVs not authorized. QT and Y routes are not authorized. Modify the ATC flight plan. So in field 10A, again, the equipment code, we're going to have to remove the Golf and the Romeo. And then we're going to have to remove the PBN code and the NAV code in those appropriate fields. Weather must be greater than 4,000 RVR, 3/4 mile for approach. And so we'll take a look at that too. So, that's a lot of shit. That's a lot of shit. Especially I think in real life, pilots may possibly turn this airplane down. It's possible. There's just so much going on here. So much non-standardness. It's when you kind of think about it, it's not hard. It's definitely a lot easier when you have a 2-man crew and you got somebody to manipulate. The speed on the FCU for you while you're hand flying. You're setting your power and your thrust and da 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 da. But one-man show like we're going to be doing today is going to be quite tough. So we might even kind of go back over some of this before taking off. But the biggest part of it is going to be the flight direction because it changes the logic of the airplane. So, no autopilot, no autothrust, no flight directors, no autolands, no RVSM airspace, no a lot of stuff. Now that we've briefed ourselves on the MELs, now we need to take a look at the OFP and make sure that our dispatcher, Konyo, he did us right and planned it correctly. Because these are vastly different flights to flight plan than what you are typically used to as a dispatcher. So let's bring this a little bit closer, and we're going to do our typical markings as we go through and check everything out. I'm going to do purple because I feel like y'all can see it better. So this is Spirit Wings flight 9199. It is going to be a Part 91 flight. That's why it starts with 91. Today is the 23rd of February. We're departing Kansas City, headed up to Detroit. We're operating tail 697 NK. It's a 320. That is the airplane that we're on. So that is Butte. Due to be out 2000 Zulu. Due to be on 2147. We have this is our 5th release. So definitely been some stuff going on in the planning phase. This I didn't know how to manipulate the MEL'S, so this says none, but we have a lot. Now, dispatch remarks: RVSM is not authorized. Downgrade Cat 2, downgrade Cat 1. Greater than 3/4 statute miles required to initiate approach. Use RNAV or US RNAV Q, T, Y routes not authorized. Class 1 RNAV only. RNAV not authorized in any form. G, R, PBN, and NAV removed from the strip. There should also be a whiskey removed as well. And then all nav aids confirmed operable and within range, because we are going to be flying Class 1 navigation today, so VOR to VOR, and we have to make sure, or the dispatchers have to make sure that those nav aids are functioning, that they work, that they are transmitting frequencies. Otherwise, the airplane won't be able to pick them up, and pilots can't fly the needles. All nav aids confirmed operable within range. I do know that all of the nav aids that I'm using on this route are all high VORs. There are three different strengths of VORs, or nav aids, if you will. And that's going to be a low terminal, low, and high. They all have different ranges. For a high VOR, it has a range of 130 nautical miles. So if you're using two of them, two highs, that's going to give you a max range of 260 nautical miles. Mostly smooth rides, no en route weather, and low arrival rate at ETA. Cool. It should also say Part 91 ops as well. Alright, so we're going to be flying 570 nautical miles with an average wind component tailwind 25 knots, burning $82 for every 1,000 pounds of gas. That's not too terrible. CI 21, we're going to be flying flight level 270. Temperature up there is minus 45. Triple pause is 29,800 feet. It's pretty low. It's because it's wintertime. Zero fuel weight's 98.5, and that's because we're only carrying the 6 deadheading crew members and their baggage. So landing weight's good. Takeoff weight's good. That's got us off 2.7, so we'll double check that. See what they're doing in real life. It is windy out here in Kansas City today. Alright, so from wheels up to wheels down, 1 hour and 27 minutes of hand flying. It's going to be a good time. We got our 45 minutes of reserve fuel. We have no contingency fuel. Our min takeoff is 10.6. Draw me a sexy line there. We have 13,700 pounds of extra gas. Gives us 2 hours and 15 minutes of extra fuel to play with. 500 on the taxi, and it gives us a gate fuel of 24.8. And the reason why we have that gas, again, this airplane was scheduled to go to LA. The flight was fueled for that, and then all the maintenance issues popped up, and they bailed on the airplane. So we're fueled for that LA flight. It gives us a REM F of 16,700 pounds of gas when we land in Detroit. We have no alternate. Last I looked, weather was pretty decent. We're going to look again. Supposed to be on 4 right, but I'm going to go 4 left because that's what they would actually land in real life. Alright, now let's talk about our routes. Very important. With this, and I tried to like actually manipulate this equipment code here, because this is, so in the MELs we're talking about the equipment code. We're removing the whiskey, so we would have to get rid of that. We have to get rid of the G. What was the other one? Oh, an R. So W is for RVSM, R is for RNAV, G is for GPS, like what the airplane's equipped with. So those will be gone in the flight plan. It's mostly important that it's gone in the strip that's filed with ATC. But you would typically want that to reflect on the flight plan so the pilots see that the necessary changes were made, and they don't have to go tracking that down. So for today, we're flying pretty non-standard routing. It's going to be all this. They're all high VORs. Kirksville, I can't even remember them all, so I'm not even going to call them out. But yeah, it's all going to be VOR to VOR. And we got our detailed flight plan. I will probably be using this more than I normally would. Shouldn't have to. Because we'll still have the magenta line that B1's been talking shit about recently. Anyways, so we'll need to take a look at the weather. So again, we are due to arrive at 21:47. No, I didn't want to do that. Alright, so at 21:47, so we got this line here that starts at 2000, this line that starts at 22. So we'll actually be on both of these lines. So for the first line, and at our ETA, winds 360 at 13, gusting 20, greater than 6 statute miles, broken 4,000, overcast 12,000. And then hour after, winds 030, 13, gusting 20, greater than 6,000, overcast 4,000, does not require an alternate. If we were landing just a little bit later, we would probably maybe want to carry one, because we got some light snow showers, but we should be on the ground well before any of that stuff flares up. Alright, so now that we've gone through that, let's file our flight plan. And let's make the appropriate changes that would need to be made. Review flight plan, pre-file network. Okay. So in the equipment code, so we've got Spirit Wings 9199, IFR 320, it's a medium class. We got our equipment code here, so we're going to get rid of the G. I don't even see, oh yeah, there's R and Whiskey. L1, Kansas City, off at 2000Z, altitude 27,000 feet. Detroit, no alternates. Fuel endurance, there's our route. Alright, PBN code. So PBN code goes away. RNAV code goes away. Per the flight director. MEL. So PBN code, nav code, G, R, and then the RVSM calls for the whiskey. We also need to add a remark non-RVSM. Class 1 nav only. And that will probably suffice for everything. Yeah. Right, PBN nav. That this is 260B. I don't even know what that is, but I just know that's what is in our codes. At work, date of flight, aircraft, cell call. I can't remember what it is. Is it in the actual airplane? CSJQ. So that's what we'll put in here. Code, RVR. Actually, we're going to need 4,000. Spirit the operator. Aircraft category is a Charlie. Takeoff alternate none. Cool. File that flight plan. Flight plans filed. It's going to really increase the workload a lot if we have to talk to ATC as well. Alright, so that's going to be all of the pre-flight. Let's get connected to VATSIM. A320, and then C, SJQ. Oh, what's the dash? Alright. Whew. So, what y'all think about that? It's a fair amount to process, right? Let's get caught up in the chat. Thought the Spirit configuration had no brake fan. So there are actually two airplanes in the fleet that do have brake fans, 697 and 698, because they were previous WOW birds. WOW that went upside down in Europe. Doing this on VATSIM? Yes, we are. I'm scared to, but we are. What's the repair interval mean? That's a better question for maintenance control. But it's basically how there's different categorizations of how long this particular MEL can go without being fixed. I probably should know these, but in all honesty, this is more something that maintenance control tracks, and that's about where we leave it. But yeah, that's in essence that's what it is, and it's probably something we could look up. Like an A, I think, is like you can't go. B is going to be like 2 flight cycles or something like that, and then C might be like 5 or 10 flight cycles, something of that nature. We could look it up, but I don't want to waste a whole lot more time. We've already been streaming for 47 minutes, and we haven't even started typing in the McDo yet. Which I kind of figured it was going to be like that. Gotta love them big, sexy, Lucky Light numbers. Yes, sir. Man, YouTube is on one today with ads. They really want me to get YouTube Premium. I mean, I will say I got YouTube Premium and I love it. In fact, I use it every single night when I go to sleep. I go to sleep listening to like The Office and Parks and Rec stuff on YouTube. And with Premium, you can turn your phone off. You can turn the screen off and it'll keep playing. So I'll put my earbud in and turn my screen off and listen to that. But you also no ads. Wes is back from lunch. What'd you eat for lunch? Hopefully it was good. I got some gumbo in the fridge. I don't even want to start talking about it because I'm gonna get hungry. Fair enough. This is when you need Copilot to man radios. Yep, I need Copilot to man radios and manipulate the FCU, and just in general help me the fuck out. Premium's worth it, benefits. Yeah, I like it, but again, you know, and Zach's got a kid and he's got a wife and, you know, a lot of responsibility, so, you know, it's always smart to be frugal. I think the compass light is burnt out. It's very possible. Does the APU at least work? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. D-Champ, what is going on, dude? Great to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Had a sandwich. Very nice. What kind of sandwich? Sandwich sounds good, too. I'm just generally fucking hungry. I've been hungry for a long time. Chicago Center is on. Or maybe not anymore. No? It says they're on VPilot, so maybe they just haven't shown up yet. And I would be going through Chicago Center. So Memphis is on as well. We'll be leaving Kansas City Center, going into Chicago Center, and then probably Cleveland Center. Anyways, I don't think that's all. No. Lab's out of order. Order that. Add that to the list. Hey, that would suck for the deadheading pilots back there. Alrighty. So, we're going to try to knock this out relatively quick. Doing our typical diff strip flow. Oh, fuck, I knew that was going to happen. I have a short in the power cable that powers the McDo. And now it's wanting to get... I moved my throttle and now it's getting fucky. Maybe I can use this one. Looks like that works. I have to recycle this. And then this. Alright. Let's see if that worked. FMGC. Yes, sir. It's working. Data. IRS monitor. We got 3 greens. Let's check our nav database. So for those of y'all who don't know, the nav database just updated like this morning. So make sure, actually yesterday. So make sure that you update your nav databases. This database is effective 22nd of February to the 20th of March. The NIT data request. There we go. Kansas City, Detroit. We are in KS 9199. Cost index of 21. Cruising at 270. Temperature up there minus 45. Ground temp 17 degrees. Tropopause 29.8. So our flight plan, Kansas City. Let me get the real life ATIS. MCI. Arrivals expect. Visual approach, 1 right, 1 left. Okay. So we're closest to 1 left. So we're going to take 1 left. Typically at a very busy airport, we would go to 1 right since we're going to be departing to the east. We wouldn't want to be crossing. We wouldn't want to take off 1 left and crossing any departing traffic on 1 right. But this is not that super busy of an airport, so we're just going to take 1 left. Head on back over here. So departure, 1 left. We are not on a SID. There are non-RNAV SIDs, and they have some out of this airport, but none of them really worked with what I was needing to do. So I'm not going to be on a SID. It's going to be direct to Kirksville from Kansas City. Detroit arrival. We're going to go ILS 4 left. Oh, is there not an ILS? Yeah. I was saying that. Thought I pinned one. So let's go Detroit approach. Got ILS Zulu 4 left. This chart's taking forever to load. That will work. All right. No star. Via would be that. Now again, we won't be able to RNAV to any of these fixes, but we'll still want to see it referenced on the nav display just for situational awareness. Cool. Alright, secondary flight plan. This is going to be in the event that we lose an engine. We are going to be KMCI, NKS 9199, cost index 21. Cruising altitude 27,000 / minus 48. Doesn't really matter if I'm wrong or not, because we wouldn't be going that high. Temperature 17, and then the tropes 29.8. Secondary flight plan. Secondary Kansas City departure 1 left. No SID. Secondary Kansas City arrival. ILS 1 left. No star and no VIA. Cool. Performance. Next. Current weather here in Kansas City. Winds are 316, gusting 29. Temperature is 16, and altimeter is 2986. If we had to come back, we'd come back to 1 left again, so let's pin that. And then minimums, we'll do Barrow of 1214. Sweet. So engine fail setup, RNAV. So we want MCI and VOR1. Actually, I'm going to do MCI and VOR2. And then after MCI, it's going to be Kirksville, IRK. Put that in 1. And that should be a frequency. Does it not put the frequency in the fucking flight plan? That ain't going to work if that's the case, because I need them. It just has the lat longs. Why would it not have the frequency? Well, shit. Let's see, let's go here. And oh, I think I just forgot to start flight events, that's why. Here we go. And then maps. Alright, so here we're going to use the US high IFR chart. And we can get our frequencies 14.6. Continuing on to Bradford 14.7. Then Joliet 12.3. Then Gipper 15.4. Carlton which is like 15.7. And last but not least, Detroit. $113.4. All right, so we got that. So we want to verify that our first two frequencies are correct. Kansas City is 1325. Alright, so looking at the RNAV, Kansas City is correct at 1325, and then Kirksville 146. Perfect. Very, very good. Very, very good. Our squawk's going to be 5762. In case we need that. And we go into the hangar. Alright, so I agree with the flight plan. Signed it. Even got Captain Wrong Side Sim right there. Alright, so all that looks good. Let's continue on. RadNav's done. Init. Let's uplink our winds. Back over to init. Over to B. We do already have our actual numbers, so I'm just going to look at the EFB and, well, might need to close the window first. Alright. Alright, so zero fuel weight's 98,683, so we'll call it 98.7 with a CG of 25.6. Our block fuel should be 24.8, and it is. Alright, 500 pounds on the taxi. Route reserve is 0. No alternate reserve fuel, 3,000 even. Performance, obviously we're going to get that from here. One left, drive, flap config optimal, force toga, yes, because we have to take off in toga. Anti-ice off, packs on. We'll sync all that stuff. So temperature changed. Alright, so V1's gonna be 112. That is 17. 129. 129. Flaps 1. Up 0.9. And then flex temp will be nothing. Engine out's gonna be 2020. And then thrust reduction acceleration climb altitude 2020. Well, as we all know, 2020 was not a great year. I do find that to be as cursed of a number as the number 13, so hopefully that's not indicative of how this flight's going to go. Prog page, last but not least, KMCI, and we'll do 01 left. That is, again, for the engine fill. Alright, so the McDo is all set up. We don't have anybody controlling right now, so we're going to make our own initial climb up to we'll call it 11,000. Our V2 is 129, so we'll set that. Runway heading on one left. Zero 1 All right. And for fun, obviously, if your aircraft wasn't equipped with this already, you can't just go willy-nilly doing this. We're going to do it for fun. Turn the cabin lights off, airframe, do the DD, whatchamadoodle, DDRMI. Make sure everything is what I want. Cool. Okay. We're a bit late, but it's not a problem because this is a non-rev flight. Let's check that ATSU message. There's some load sheets. Yeah, we'll take that. I'm sure we'll have to come back and check for another one. Okay, so FCU setup 2986. I'll probably, since I'm going to be hand flying this entire flight, I'm going to link those so I don't have to do it one time. Alright, FCU is done. We can go ahead. We've got our fuel. Seatbelt sign, fuel pumps. APU fire test. Engine 1 fire. Engine dose. Looks good. I'm gonna do a second radio. Now the FO radio, so that I'm not having to look as far across the airplane. Actually, back to here. Oh, it didn't. 22.8. I think we might end up talking to Chicago Center, so I'm gonna pre-tune that to 2035. Nice. All right. I think that's gonna pretty much do it. Let's get the APU started. We'll catch up on messages, and then we'll briefly run through the MEL'S one last time, kind of wrap our brains around everything we're gonna be doing. Shut up, watch. Okay. So for autopilot, don't care about that. RVSM and downgrade Cat 1. Cool. Also with the greater than 4,000 RVR 3/4 mile restriction, we're good on that. We checked the weather. Autothrust function. Autothrust, obviously we're not going to have it after engine start. We'll pretend like that's done, because again, the airplane doesn't do this where you hold the autothrust instinctive disconnect push button switch and it kick off the autothrust or disconnects it permanently. We've done that through the failures in the McDo. Cat 2 or Cat 3 is not authorized. Cat 2 is not a big deal. We're going to lose alpha floor, so that's really important. Downgrade Cat 1, downgrade Cat 2. Flight directors, this is the big one to cover. So again, we cannot fly any sort of GPS, RNAV, anything. We need weather that's greater than 3/4 mile. We got that, so we're good there. Cat 2, Cat 3 is not authorized, not a problem. For takeoff, this is going to be the big one. No flight director bars, no auto thrust, no guidance available. Target speed on the PFD selected, we've done that. No auto thrust activation, thrust levers are set to the climb detemp. When the takeoff go-around is performed without flight directors, proceed to acquire pitch attitude of 15 degrees, maintain speed target with 2 engines operative. Reaching thrust reduction altitude. Select climb speed on the FCU, so we'll speed up 250 knots. Then we'll go into the climb detent. Use manual thrust because our thrust is not applicable. For the dispatch procedures, we've taken out the Q, or I'm sorry, we've taken out the G, the R, and the W out of the equipment code along with the PBN and the NAV codes. And soft go around, don't care. RVSM ops, we'll just stay below. We've got a remark that we require. Cool. I'd say we're squared away on the MELs. Let's go through a little departure brief real quick, and hopefully we'll get this bitch going. Alright, so it's going to be a right seat takeoff. Aircraft type is an A320 for tail strike avoidance. We have no MELs, or we do, actually, we got a shit ton of MELs, which we just briefed. No CDLs. It's going to be a 2-engine taxi. We'll push out nose to the north, and we'll take, I don't know, either in November 1, November 2, or November 3 over to Bravo. Take that down to 1 left. We got a haul. We got 2 hot spots. Oh man, I have to go pull up separate. 40-9A. So for hot spots, we got 3 and 4 to worry about. So expect congestion. Taxiway Bravo near main terminal and taxiways Alpha 7, 8, 9, 10. Golf taxi lanes. Sierra Mike November. Do not enter terminal apron without approval. Also for hotspot 4, misalignment risk. Do not confuse taxiway Alpha for runway 1 left and 19 right. Copy that. So we're going to be taking off runway 1 left. Weather's not a factor. Well, we got pretty gusty winds. Terrain's not a factor. The winds are a factor, but no precip, viz, ceilings, none of that kind of stuff. We got the 2 hot spots, no runways to cross. It's going to be standard abort procedures below 80 knots. It would be the captain's decision to reject, complete stops at the park and brake, call flight center stations, in which we sort of don't have any. Analyze situation, call for any ECOM actions, emergency evacuation checklist as required. I'll be on the radios and I will notify everybody in the area that what our intentions are, whether we're going to stop on the runway, if we're going to egress the runway. All that kind of stuff. In the high-speed regime, above 80 knots, we'll abort for engine fire, engine fail, low-level wind shear, or anything that makes it feel like the aircraft's unsafe for takeoff. After that, when we hit V1, we're going to go flying. If we have issues, we'll speed up, clean up, sort out the issue, and then we'll come back to runway 1 left. If we do come back, we'll be under max landing weight. If all goes as planned, we're going to be going direct to Kirksville. We'll be flying the Needles. Initial climb up to 11,000, and we're currently squawking 2,000. We need to change that. To 5762. Golly, man, this dog keeps fucking farting and it smells terrible. Bleed, external power. Let's pull all that stuff. Alright, that's pretty much it for the departure brief. 29,011, 11,000. Cool. I'm just really taking my time to make sure I really just get my brain wrapped around everything that's going on, because it's kind of overflow of information, if I'm being honest. And I would rather leave late and safe than leave on time and fuck up. Alrighty. Let's catch up in the chat really quick. Josh got them SpaghettiOs. Dude, I could kill some SpaghettiOs right now. Add McDo to the list too. We could actually defer that. Not going to. I need something to work on this damn airplane. Let's see. I think the table. Yeah, that you'd be surprised how often those break. When setting up takes longer than the flight itself. Yeah, we're pretty much at that point. Oh man, Owls, what's going on, dude? Great to see you, man. Oh gosh, left mouse off. This is going to be fun. I think it's going to be something for sure, to say the least. I can see why some pilots might be reluctant to take this airplane. Yeah. I mean, I think I struggle just to read words in general, and that's a lot of words to read in the MELs, much less fly the damn thing. Less fun for wrong side. True. Fire, what's going on, dude? Great to see you, man. Everything. Where do you recommend to watch tutorials on how to start the 320 and configure the McDo? Any specific channel? V1 Simulations or 320 SimPilot. They have some really good instructions on the McDo. For engine start stuff, you can watch what we're about to do. Engine starts do vary from operator to operator. Some start engine 2 first, some start engine 1 first. But engine starts for this airplane are extremely straightforward. But yeah. All right, guys. Let's see. I need checklist. Alrighty. Cockpit preparation. Maintenance log and tails onboard and checked. Gear pins covers are removed. Seatbelts on. ADIRs are in nav. Fuel. We should have 24.8 on board. I don't even need to look at it. 24.8 on board. We got 24.760, so basically 24.8. So we got the gate fuel that we need. Altimeters 2986 is set. EFB is checked. Cockpit prep's complete. Let's get the beacon light on. Let's holler at GSX. Alright, before start checklist, windows, doors, and slides. Closed and armed, beacons on, thrust levers idle, parking brake is on, and transponder is in auto. Before start checklist is complete. Whew. I'm stressing a little bit, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
So I think these are the headings. 057. I think it means like mean heading maybe. 060, 067, 083. From Carlton to Detroit, it's a pretty decent turn to the north, which would make sense. So 086 to a 027. Alright, so that's what we're going to go with for my eyes and the speed of everything. I'm going to highlight all of these. Because again, I'm going to be hand flying this entire flight. So, you know, I need to be able to do stuff quick. So instead of, what did I say we're doing? Nose to the, should be to the right, yeah.
Release parking brakes, please.
So instead of runway heading, I'm going to turn to heading 057. We'll do that at 400 feet because we are, it'll be VFR and not IMC. Alrighty. Brakes released, clear to push.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, all engines clear, start at will. So with that, looking down here, I'm going to bring the engine mode selector to start. Looking for more than 25 psi on the bleed air. We got it. And we'll roll one. The 7.8 can start both at the same time. Yep, sure can. It's kind of crazy, ain't it? If only the Airbus could do that. Is GSX worth it? I heard it was quite a buggy mess, so holding off on picking it up. I like it. It can be buggy. The more prepared you are.
Please set parking brake.
Brake set, cleared off, headset cleared. Disconnect. Look for the pin on the left. See y'all on the next one. So the more prepared you are, the better things typically go, and by that I mean if you have like if you download a GSX profile for your airplane, as well as the airports that you're going to be flying, you typically won't have any problems. Default airports, you might have some problems, unless somebody makes a profile for that default airport. All right, we got a veil on engine 1. Let's roll number 2. And that's all there is to the engine start right there. Obviously, you want to make sure you got your APU on and your bleed air on, but other than that, that's it. Engine start is extremely simple in this airplane.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Muchas gracias, mi amiga. Let's see if Atlanta's showing. Yep. Damn. Oh well. At least we can get off the ground and kind of get things going. Hopefully it just doesn't piss them off. Did you ever get your other camera view figured out? I don't know if I remember which view you're talking about. Tap the taxi light, let her know that we got the signal, even though I wasn't looking. Available on engine number 2. And engine mode selector back to normal. Arm the spoilers. Reset rudder trim. It's going to be flaps 1. Trim is going to be up 0.9. So it should be about right there. We'll go to TA on the transponder. Up to the overhead. As we've started both engines, we can kill the APU. Alright, after start checklist. Actually, I need to do this too. Run the timer. After start checklist, engine anti-ice is off. Yellow electric pump is off. Rotor trim 0. After start checklist is complete. Kansas City traffic. Spirit Wings 9199 are in the alleyway. We're going to be taxiing over to runway 1 left via November 2, Bravo Alpha 11, Kansas City. Alright, brakes released. And let's get a brake check. Pressure 0. And we are also running live traffic, so that's all the airplanes you're seeing. We're clear on the left and right. I have no idea who that is. Alright, mini brief. Just before we do that, let's go. Yaw. Alright, so in the mini brief, see our gross weight's 123.4, flap config 1 plus F, fuel 24.6, V1's 112, V2's 129, initial climbs 11,000, 11,000 is blue, and our first fix is going to be Kirksville. Clear on left and right. Go with marking. Alright, let's go with a flight control check. Full up, full down, neutral, left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, oh I didn't hit the button, full left, full right, neutral. Flight controls checks complete. And the strong winds are kind of turning my airplane. Got a 3-minute engine warm up, so we're good there. And let's go before takeoff flow. Hit my little button. Alright, status page. We got autopilot 1 and 2 in op, autothrust in op. Well, that's expected. TO config and cabin notification. Alright. Guys, smash that like button if you are excited for the FENIX Block 2 version 2. I think the more likes we get, the more FENIX they're going to see that and be like, oh, okay, you know, these guys are excited, so let's help them out. Let's get the airplane out. We're clear on the left, clear on the right. All right. Brake set. Okay, so again, we're going to take off. We are selected speed 129 knots, which is our V2. At 400 feet, we're going to turn to 057 on the heading. Acceleration, and we're going to pitch for 15 degrees. At acceleration, climb altitude, we're going to nose down, and we're going to spin up the selected speed to 250 knots. And continue our climb and fly the needles to Kirksville as best as I can figure out how to do it. So guys, wish me luck. Lightspeed, what's going on, dude? Great to see you. My man Grill Pasta, what's going on, brother? Great to see you as well. And I think that's text me sounds a little weird, do they? Well, for one, that one's backwards, it looks like. Anyways, alright. Make sure nobody's on approach. I think we're good. Kansas City traffic, Spirit Wings 91, 99. It's going to be departing runway 1 left. We're going to be exiting the airspace to the northeast. Kansas City. Let's go. Yeah, I really wish I had like another hand in the cockpit to manipulate the FCU for me. And that's what would be happening in real life while the pilot flying is actually hand flying. The pilot monitoring handles all of the MCDU, or not MCDU, but the FCU changes. Alright guys, and again, just a quick reminder, no flight directors, no auto thrust, no autopilot, hand flying the entire flight. God help us. Spooling 50. Toga. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Feet. Heading. And winds. Our acceleration, climb altitude. We'll get on heading first. Above S speed, so we'll go flap 0. We're now picking up Kirksville VOR. $250. Pitch for speed. Ground spoilers. Kansas City traffic. Spirit Wings 91, 99 is clear of runway 01 left, and we're exiting the airspace to the northeast. Final call, Kansas City. Any ice on? Up to our final of 27. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the way. Nose down, accelerate. So far, so good. Airplane almost started getting ahead of me. Almost. Light speed, so we do have a flight plan In fact, we can, to make our lives a little easier, we can go direct, Kirksville, but we're staying in heading mode because we won't be able to go into nav because we don't have flight directors. So just for anybody who's late joining us, we have no flight directors, no auto thrust, no autopilot. We're downgraded to Cat 1 approaches only. We need greater than 3/4 mile visibility to initiate an approach. We cannot fly into RVSM airspace. We have no soft go around capabilities. All of the automation that we all love so much is gone, basically. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. There's transition altitude. Standard. Good old broken bus stream, right? You're using the old phone. Oh yeah. I got that taken care of. That's what's going on up here. Yeah, I don't think the taxiway signs were blank, but I do think that some of them were just backwards, like the letters and stuff are on the other side. Or maybe they were blank. I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention. I get a bad habit of just looking at Navigraph. Turn the seatbelt sign off. I think what I need to do, because of the tailwind and the wind direction, I need to put this basically that green line we're drifting to the right of our desired path. So I'm also kind of nervous, but once we level off, we've been doing fine with the throttle levers. Trying to get this thing to hold about 1900 feet per minute. It's about the sweet spot. Toga, hyperfocus, yes sir. Good old broken bus stream, damn right. Jay Foot, how's it going, man? Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Alrighty, 26 for 27. Too much, too much. Trigger's just gonna be getting fucking level. $47 miles to Kirksville. I'm gonna be tired after this one, shit. I can already tell. Man, making it look easy for shit. I don't know about that. It don't feel easy, that's for sure. You're just having to pay, a lot more attention to detail. You're trying to think ahead of the airplane. Like a while ago before leveling out, I was like, all right, I got a right turn coming up. I'm gonna have to ease off on the power, otherwise I'm gonna fly too fast. Unless we could probably fly a little bit faster. No, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with the throttle levers. Kinda got things set where I need it for now. So I'll catch up in the chat and I'll kind of explain a little bit of what I'm doing. Airplane wants to keep on rising up on me. Turn off all the flight control computers so you don't have to use manual pitch trim only in rudder for roll. I kind of want those flight control computers. It makes this a lot easier not having to trim and just utilize the last little bit of automation that I have with the flight. I mean, I guess it's not really automation, but the fly-by-wire flight controls. Definitely makes it a lot easier. So when we cross Kirksville, we'll be turning to a heading of 060, which we're already on a 062. I guess that's not taking into account the winds. 'Pilot Red Eye, what's going on, dude? Oh boy, he's really doing it. Flying from Boston to Columbus. Wish you a good flight, mate. Dude, I appreciate that. I really do. And I hope you have a great flight as well. Time for a drink? Well, not for me. I have to work, but I wish I could. Oh, shit, I wish I could too. Yeah, how am I supposed to step away and get a drink if I should have got the drink before it took off. 12.6 nautical miles from Kirksville. Blaze. Smoke them if you got them. Facts. Just fly on battery only once you're 29 minutes away. God, could you imagine? Yeah. Throwing the rat out. No mercy. Dance Parrot, what's going on, dude? Great to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Pause buttons for it. Ah, very true, very true. Forgot about that. I don't trust the pause button in this thing. Seems like when you unpause it, weird shit happens with like really complex airplanes. To the right, 0.2. Ease it back over to the left a bit. Alright, so next is going to be Bradford 14.7. I have a McDo next to my left leg. Alright, so we're not picking up Radford VOR, RNAV, BDF 14.7. That's weird. We should be picking it up, but we're not. That would be not great in real life. Only 140. Well, you know what? Yeah, because it's out of range. We should pick it up in about 10 miles. The range of a high VOR is 130 nautical miles. And we're at 139 now. But as long as you're within range of one or the other. So right now we're within range of Kirksville, but we're not a BDF. That's totally fine. You just want to make sure, like, you know, you're not fucking lost. I guess that's how that goes. So where we're at. We'll see how quick. So 136 nautical miles. I should also probably preemptively program our arrival. Holy shit. Oh. Whole bunch of ATISes just popped up for Chicago Center. 2035. And I should probably do all that too before. Fix info. Okay, DTW 04 left. 5 nautical mile radius. Hipka. And we want .216 radio off of that. RNAV. .11.95. Course heading 036. And the airplane keeps trying to come up. Cool. Prog page. KDTW04 left. Perf. Next. .320 at 10. Degrees. 2960 and 845 Barrow. Fuel prediction, we still got a shit ton of gas. Secondary flight plan, we can delete the secondary for now. Copy the active in case anything changes. Oh, where's that white line coming from? Alright, so we are now picking up the, where it was, Bradford. Yeah, Bradford VOR. Next is going to be Joliet. Have that prepped and ready. 100 nautical miles from Bradford. So Captain McGee, actually, yeah. So yes, with the hand flying, no with the autopilot stuff. I don't think the PMDG is capable of a lot of these failures, for one. But that is a challenge series that like a challenge for myself that I was talking about doing for I think I was talking about it recently, where basically we just try to fly all sorts of different airplanes with no autopilot, hand fly the entire flights. I think in a Boeing I probably won't fly a fucking hour-and-a-half long flight. We'll probably do like 45 minutes, something like that. Because obviously, you know, with the trim, the manual trim in a 7.3 compared to the fly-by-wire controls in an Airbus, the workload is a little bit higher. A little bit. You know, once you get the power set and you kind of get everything trimmed out, it's not that bad. But my confidence level in the 7.3 compared to Airbus is a lot lower. A lot lower. My right hand is going to be so sweaty. I'm going to do a long haul flight, set it up to fly overnight and land in the morning. The best way to spend Friday nights is already, 9 o'clock. I'm going from Minneapolis to Otta, Japan. It's going to be great. That's awesome. Yeah, I used to do those way back in the day, and now I pay for my electricity, and this whole setup sucks up a lot of electricity. So with that, I don't never do that, because that would start to get to be pretty expensive. How far are we from? Oh shit, we're about to cross into the airspace now. Got ACARS message, just gonna be a delay code. Receive messages in case ops took a 27-minute delay. Don't care. AOC, ADC. H 27 minutes. Send. I guess we should maybe go ahead and call him. Yeah. Let me get back where I need to be altitude wise. Alright.
Hey guys, over here switching to east flow, so here the Southwest 9661 flight heading 275 for the
Going through my
vectors
TV.
for the ILS, run a 10 center approach.
275 expect 10 center ILS.
So it's 9661 here at 1000. You can maintain 300 knots. I'll have slower in a bit.
300 knots? Okay, go. So 96.
Now to 2395, Kansas City offline, but your service is terminated. Frequency change approved.
United 2395, Unicom, thank you for control today.
5 Hotel Foxtrot, Cleveland offline, register services terminated, frequency change approved. Very good. Very good. 30, 23, 43, clear direct. Thank you.
Clear direct, thank you. American 2340.
Doral 261, clear direct, Lima, Mike November.
Direct, Lima, Mike November, Doral 261.
Actually, you know what? I'll cut the corner for you a little bit more. Clear direct is Sierra Tango Julia.
Clear direct, Sierra Tango Julia. Thanks for the shortcut, Doral 261.
Guy was 4669.
Damn, can't get a word in.
Let's run a niner center. I'm sorry, the island.
Looking good. I appreciate it. Trying to keep my shit straight.
360, left 360 and jet 7000, the ILS 107, going for 660.
Charlie Golf, or Coast Guard 1, radar contact, the altitude.
feet for Coast Guard 1.
Coast Guard 1, roger. Altitude, pilot's discretion. Did you want, let's see here, did you want flight following?
Affirm, please.
Roger. And Coast Guard 1, proceed on course.
Can't get a word in edgewise. Make me really quick. You could mix a drink at record speed and make it back before anything bad happens. Probably not. Seeing how when I barely take my hand off the side stick, the plane starts climbing or descending. Just got, oh man, gotta change my damn PTT. Chicago Center, Spirit Wings 91, 99, 47 miles the west of Bradford. Flight level 270.
There's 9199 Chicago Center, radar contact, reported position for level 270.
And we're at 270. Spirit Wings 91, 99.
Roger.
Chicago Center, American 5043. Can I get direct executive?
American 1543. What's the code for that?
It's going to be X-ray Charlie Uniform Tango Victor.
American 1543. No one else is. None of the others are. That's fine. Yeah, but you're clear direct. X-ray Charlie, or yeah, X-ray Charlie Uniform Tango Victor.
Roger. Direct X-ray Charlie. Thank you for American 1543.
I'm wondering if this guy's gonna start asking questions. Got to teach the dogs to fetch you a drink. Yeah, I wish. Should we got one blind dog, one dog that won't walk on the fucking tile, and the other one that just don't listen to jack shit in the first place.
Yeah, 196 or 56 heavy Chicago Center flighting 300 on a 28 right November 5, clear for takeoff. The 2410 turn 10 degrees right.
Turn 10 degrees right, southwest 2410.
Yeah, it looks like this thing wants to pitch up all the time. Yeah, and that's going to continue to happen with variations and the winds aloft and all that kind of stuff. God, these dudes are loud in my head.
That was 4669, descend to maintain 4000, turn right heading 070.
Did you use the bathroom before this flight? I did not, and I'm drinking an energy drink, so hopefully I don't have to drain the main vein. Otherwise, my first officer or my captain over here, he's gonna have to take over.
1956, heavy radar contact, the altitude leaving.
Leaving the mom's house.
1956, I see you passing 1.4. So do me a favor. check
Nice, you actually used failures. I just joined with Captain McGee. Yes, sir.
Mikey,
We have, so we used a combination of failures and then just not using some systems. So autothrust is officially deferred, not working. Autopilot channel 1 and 2 deferred, not working. Could not find a failure for flight directors, so we just have the flight directors turned off. And we're basically flying the needles, to say the least. But hope you're having a great day, man. This is a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'm glad that all of y'all are here hanging out. Drifted a little bit to the right of our route, so bring it back to the left a little bit. Very
1956, clear direct Jordy.
easy, gradual inputs. It's only feasible in colder climates. That way it offsets the heat needed to keep the house warm. Yeah, I can agree with that.
O'Hare Center, good afternoon. Scott 5714, descending via the Fighter 5 arrival.
5714, Chicago Center, IDUMS.
Get this out the way.
Correction, V5 arrival.
So the 9661, turn 10 degrees right, reduce speed to 250, then descend and maintain 7,000.
10 degrees right, and then down to 250, and then 7,000 for Southwest 9661.
Yeah, it was 4669, running 10 center, clear to land.
President 10 center, Squad 4669.
Sky was 5710, radar contact, 30 miles west of Fort Wayne, level 306. Cross bone at 11,300 knots, the overall altimeter 29.
So the closer you get to these nav aids,
2969, can we get the altitude crossing one more time?
Bone.
the more they move around.
11,300 knots.
That was too much.
11,300 knots, Southwest 2714.
And so as we fly over Bradford, you'll see the needle swing around that way. We'll go in the nav so you'll see it more. This one will zip around, and you'll see the same on the DD MRI, whatever that thing's called. And sweaty. But I guess the only real downside for y'all from an entertainment perspective, you know, usually we're, you know, we're getting wing views and external views and all that good stuff. There it goes. It just cocked around, so you can see it wiggling and moving there. And now we're following this needle to Joliet. And then kind of the easier handicap way of doing this is use your nav display. You put the solid green line on the dashed green line, and you're basically going where you need to go.
So the 2410 descend and maintain 3,000.
I'm surprised this controller hasn't had any questions.
Descend and maintain 3,000, Southwest 2410.
But I did put the remarks. I changed the equipment code, so maybe he knows what that stuff means.
November 8, Golf, Quebec, descend, deposit discretion, maintain level 240, plan to cross, go back at 9,000.
PD 240, go, and we'll plan to go back 9er, take off Quebec.
Tell you what, shit kind of goes by faster too when your hand flying. You're like so focused and you look down. Oh man, a little ways into the flight. Let's go back to the mini charts. as you can see, we're crossing over we're about to cross over Joliet next. And then just a little further to go. See, we crossed our, I think we've already passed the equal time point, so we're already halfway.
Target 1543, maintain level 290 for traffic. Target 1543, turn 20 degrees right for climb. 61, turn 10 degrees left, descend and maintain 4,000.
10 degrees left and then 4,000, this was 9662 up.
Number 2410, turn right heading 090.
Turn right heading 090, Southwest 2410.
Message.
Another 2410, turn right heading 130.
Turn right heading 130, Southwest 2410.
Delta 1124, Chicago Center, right down.
Again, 1124.
Curious to see what our flight path looks like whenever we land and we check it out on Valenta. That's gonna be a lot of this. Man, that shit, this is getting annoying. I'm not really oscillating, but it's almost like oscillating. Brett, what's going on, dude? Welcome. Great to see you. Andrew. Mr. Davis, how are you, my friend?
Turn left heading 070.
Shared cockpit would be perfect to have this kind of thing. Yep, 100%. And it's definitely possible in this airplane. There is a profile out there. But in an airplane this complex, shared cockpit gets a little finicky sometimes.
Roger. Delta 1124.
Chicago State Assessment
Get back down on altitude.
7 Juliet Bravo with you at 3000.
Cessna Caravan 007 Juliet Bravo Chicago Center. The midway altimeter is 2970. Traffic's going to be to your 1 o'clock, 5 miles northwest.
And I feel like we should probably still be able to use managed speed. We'd have to manually set the speed, but we'd get the appropriate caret on the display. Damn, I forgot to do like 2 checklists before we took off.
5 miles southeastbound of the shoreline. Cessna Caravan at 3,000 south after.
Coast Guard 1 copy. Our visibility is pretty low on our end, so I won't be able to see it, but again, we're at 1,500. No problem.
Jumbo United 18, American 185, 340.
Okay, that's 2 aircraft stepping. American 185, say again.
American 185, good afternoon, sir. Entering your airspace, flight level 340.
American 185, Chicago Center, right down.
Here's the flash, American 185. United 1842, check it at 360.
So just to kind of show y'all,
1842 Chicago Center, right down.
so we're currently
American 185 radar
tracking Joliet. That's where we're going to. So you can see we got the little needle pointing towards Joliet. and then we've got GIJ, whatever that place is again. That's obviously at our like 1 o'clock, hence the needle pointing that direction. And so for the most part, I can just keep the solid green line centered on this needle.
Thank you. So 9661, turn right heading.
We're cooking with gas.
11. Do me a favor, turn right heading 1.
For up to me, this would be my view for the entire flight mostly, but I know y'all don't want to watch that, so
American 185, like to request 2020 minutes out, copy. American 185, approved, report back.
Will do 185, thanks much.
You got 1842 radar, contact level 360, 40 southwest of Fort Wayne.
Roger, 1842.
Coast Guard 1, you gonna go any further north?
that sounded like that YouTuber dude, kind of the older guy, British or something.
Traffic for Coast Guard 1.
Coast Guard 1, you gonna go any further north?
No, we're just over our rescue here. We're in the area that we're in.
Good, thanks.
Alright, 4 miles till Joliet. And start that turn. We're over it, so it's not tracking.
United to Fox 23, 6,900, climbing to 13,000, direct squeeze.
Yeah, 523 Chicago Center, climb maintain level 39 or resume normal speed, clear direct honking.
Roger, climb and maintain 390 normal speed, direct copy, United 523. Chicago Center, American direct.
Breaking 1543 seconds.
Now that we're clear of that traffic, anywhere we can go.
Yep, American 1543, climb maintain level 300, clear direct X-ray Charlie Uniform Tango Victor.
Direct X-ray
So 9661 cleared ILS runway 10 center approach.
Cleared for the ILS 10 center, Southwest 9661.
Coast Guard 1 radar contact lost. 6 miles south of Waukegan.
Crash the desktop.
It's 5714, expedite descent, maintain 7,000, and you can expect the ILS 10 center.
10 center and expedite
Alright,
descent.
try to turn on the autopilot. Oh, okay. It is deferred. It is not working. Should hand fly 787 from shit. I mean, I don't even know where those places are at. Is that a long flight?
320, that's 1124.
Yep, you don't have to do it now. Minoso at 320.
I'm sorry, I missed you. What? Repeat?
What? Repeat?
Yeah, Delta 1124 is going to be Minoso, Mike, November, Oscar, Sierra, Oscar at level 320.
Yeah. Cross maintain flight level 320 at Minoso, Delta 1124.
In real life, would this flight have been canceled or reassigned to another airplane? If there's somewhere that they do have a spare, it's not needed.
47 Chicago Center, flight heading 040. Actually, no. Turn right heading 220, runway 10 left at Delta, clear for takeoff.
Bam. Okay. Anyway, sorry, got distracted.
Go
If there's a spare that they could swap, like let's say, like, you know, we got this airplane's supposed to be going somewhere, got all these issues, and there was another airplane sitting, you know, at the next gate over. If there's no flying on that airplane for a little while, that maybe gives maintenance time to fix what's on here. then yeah, they can move everybody to that airplane, take that airplane to where it needs to go, give maintenance time to fix this. And if they can't fix it, but they're in an outstation, like Kansas City might be an outstation, you know, it's not like a hub or a crew base, something like that, then you know, that may dictate whether or not they have to fly this airplane as a revenue flight.
And November 7, Juliet Bravo, remain
But if
clear
it's,
of
you know, if
Chicago
it's bad
Bravo,
enough,
reset.
or if they can, if it's bad enough, or like they have the ability to repo the airplane, they have the crew to repo the airplane to a maintenance base to get it fixed, then they can do that too. But obviously it's very expensive to reposition an airplane, because you're paying the crew, you're burning the gas for, you know, no revenue. So we don't want to repo airplanes, but sometimes you just absolutely have to. So it could go either way. It really is just situational dependent. Kenny, greetings to you as well. How you doing? Well, I'm doing pretty good. So far, we're alive. We're flying. We're doing good. I'm sure shit's gonna get a bit more hectic when we get on the approach. When we get on the descent. But other than that, so far so good. Hanging out with y'all. Can't complain. I guess the only complaint that I would have is that my autopilot won't engage, therefore I can't get up and go make me a whiskey drink. That's my only complaint.
9199, descend upon discretion, maintain level 190.
Descend, flight level 190, pilot's discretion, Spirit Wings 9199. Does that mean that we also
347 radar contact the altitude leaving?
don't have vertical navigation? Let's see, let me see something here. We're 46 miles from there for front page. We're 178 nautical miles from Detroit. We're at 27,000 feet, so the lower you are, the later you start your descent. So if we're 170,
2343, Minneapolis offline,
let's say we probably start our descent at like 70 miles or so. 70, 80 miles.
Chicago City Standard to 523. I'm requesting to step away for about 5 minutes.
99523, approved, report back.
And according to our flight plan in the McDo, we've got 221 nautical miles.
Service is terminated, frequency change approved.
220 nautical miles on the actual flight plan, so we're probably gonna do like 80 or nautical mile, 80 or 90, god damn it, 80 or 90 nautical miles in the flight plan versus, you know, our page what's in a straight line to threshold.
Actually, you know what? That's short Charlie, so. You know, I'm gonna do you a favor. Turn right on pop almost sure of golf. I'm not gonna stack you all the way out there.
Alright, right on top and then hold golf, so it's nice to go.
Yeah, 38, 32, thanks.
So yeah, this is a Part 91. Flight crew is the only people on board.
Number 6340.
We have the crew that was going to take the airplane to LA. They timed out, so they're deadheading in the back of the airplane. And so with that, we've got the cockpit door open. Yes, we can.
347 clear and TQ climb maintain 16,000. 16,000 direct TQ. Okay, 3832 turn left heading 030, join the runway 1 localizer.
030, runway 1 localizer, 93832.
Record 2343 Chicago Center.
Chicago Center, United Itinerary for 3000, heading 130.
United 2984 Chicago Center, radar contact, clear direct burn, climb, maintain, actually clear direct jack, climb and maintain 17,000 reciprocal speed.
Direct jacks clear to flight level 170. Resume normal speed, United 204.
Number 6347 passing 10,000, resume normal speed.
Normal speed, crossing 10,000. Just 6340.
Chicago Center, Coast Guard 1
right alt plus left click the PFD. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
Okay, Coast Guard 1 Chicago right now.
My internet going out again.
Okay, 38, 32, 3000, full established, clear to ILS, runway 1 approach.
3000, clear to 1 left, runway 1 approach.
Center United, top 23, back with you.
And 523, thanks.
YouTube saying it's not. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Keyframes are. Oh, I don't know what that is. 6.0 seconds. Nothing. What is the? I haven't changed anything. What's this keyframe shit? I've never seen this error before. But at least it's not the internet. So that's. I just saw the yellow and I was like, but we're actually good on that front. I
Got 5714 to center maintain 4000.
don't know what keyframe
Center
is.
maintain 4,000, go 6714.
There were 8 Gulf Quebec contact and Milwaukee approach 118.0.
18 nothing, 8 Golf Quebec today. Center 796, holding short, Gulf Gulf.
So 9661, cross running clear right at Golf Golf.
I don't see anything called keyframe in OBS settings.
Right, and then my choice is working, so 761.
Alright, hang on guys.
Yeah, 38, 32, running 1
Do
clear to
some
land.
pilot shit.
Runway 1 clear to land, 38, 32.
Chicago Center, American 2343. Sorry, I switched for early.
No worries, we're in 2343, mini offline route services terminated, frequency change approved.
Have a good one, thanks, 86.
All station.
Chicago Center, United 204, confirming you allowed us to go up to flight level 170.
United 2984, affirmative.
Thanks.
Coast Guard 1 radar contact, 15 or 20 miles north of O'Hare, 1,200 overhead altimeter 29.
Oh, it's well now it's gone. Now it says excellent connection, so
Do me a favor,
we're doing all right now.
late to the field if you're going to land at pilot path.
All right, we'll see that needle switch.
For the altimeter, clear for the Bravo airspace.
Now picking up CRL.
Helipad for Coast Guard 1.
Yeah, 1959 radar contact lost.
Looking good. Swap
Chicago
these.
Center, after 130 short of runway 2.
Yeah, whoever was calling, a lot of static. I don't know what you said, and I mean, it's like 2x5.
I'm just letting you know that I'm
I'm just
Yeah, I
letting.
can't hear you. If you want to use text, you can try that instead.
I'm just letting you know I'm going to taxi.
Chicago, November, correction, Lakefront 30.
Wonder how much more the fuel burn is at 270 versus 350, whatever is the flight normally flying out. Yeah, it would be in the mid to high 30s. Let's see if it's on the
Okay,
OFP.
perfect, no worries. Like for 30, climb, maintain 6,000, turn left heading 360.
Up to north, up to 6,000, like from 30.
Set winds.
38, 32 clear, like taxiing is not problem 3.
At work, on our OFPs,
32 taxi parking lot.
it shows,
American 498 heavy, will push back at air.
it shows, what is it just called?
498 heavy, Chicago Center.
But anyways, it'll show, what the burns are, 2 flight levels lower, 4 flight levels lower, 2 flight levels higher, 4 flight levels higher. But, this format doesn't have that. But it's probably not a whole lot. It all is very dependent on the winds.
American 498 heavy, runway 10 left, Delta.
It could be a lot less
Say it again.
if the winds are a lot high or a lot stronger at the higher altitude.
360, maintain 210 knots.
210, runway 060.
And,
Correction, 360.
American, 498 heavy, 10 level Delta Delta via Alpha, Alpha 15, November, Delta Delta.
7 left, Alpha, Alpha 15, November, Delta, Delta, 498, thanks.
105 nautical miles from Carlton, and then we'll be making a left turn to Detroit. We'll probably actually start down maybe 110 nautical miles to account for the we're landing north, so we'll need to be down a little bit quicker. I don't know. I'd rather get down sooner than later. So we're at 153 nautical miles left on the flight plan. So about 100, 110 nautical miles before we're down.
Mini offline, radar services terminate, frequency change approved.
So 8 is 3367. Montrose.
Doral 261, mini offline, radar services
Cleveland
terminate,
is
frequency
also.
change approved.
Over to Unicom, let's get nice time. Go just if you want. Have a nice weekend.
YouTube Delta 1124, mini offline, radar services terminate, frequency change
The air is YouTube. It's pretty good.
1124.
9199, Cleveland offline, radar services terminate, frequency
Sounds good,
change
light
approved.
speed. Should add me on Volanta.
9199, Cleveland Center offline, radar services terminate, frequency change approved.
Over to Unicom. Have a great day. Appreciate you. Spirit Wings 9199. Alright, it's going to change it over here. 22.8. Cruising on along, baby. Cruising on along. Flying a solid Mach 7 too. It's relatively slow. Let's see. Let's do a fuel check. I mean, we got fuck tons of gas, but let's see if we've burned any. Like if we burned too much. Just damn. $41, 52, 85. So 41, 57, 30. Okay. I have a lat long in the detailed flight plan for our top of drop. Could always try to use that. I'm looking at the GPS monitor. So our top of drop, 4157 northwest, 8430. So we're at 4152 right now. Keep an eye on that. But on Volanta, my name is. Hey, never mind. Gotcha. And that way, when you're online, you'll be able to see you. now it's saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, which is indicative of the internet dropping. Fucking hate Charter Spectrum. But I got a few things I'm gonna try to square that away. I'm gonna get some new cables, some new Ethernet cables and such. Yeah, uh-oh for sure. Oh yeah, so far I haven't seen it buffer. What the fuck is this thing? This fucking dog keeps shitting herself and it stinks. Alright. We back on that. Get that back. Gotta get myself some Starlink. Dude, I don't know if Starlink can push 1440. If it could, I might would. This part always takes a second. Stutter. Oh, there we go. Resume. Where it needs to be going. Okay. I think we're good to go. Main charts. Cool. Alright guys. Oh hey, we got a top of drop, so we're good. Carlton 54 miles. Chad J is 76 behind us. Nicola, welcome. We are back. Glad you're here. Stream paused for a bit. Yeah, that was because I was resetting the internet, and that's why I'm having to get the airplane back on track, because I had to like literally jump out of my cockpit, so to speak. Yeah, Josh, dude, absolutely. Any help I can get, I will definitely take it. Bring it down. It's at 3,000 at reggae. vertical deviation. So we basically just need to get down about as fast as we can. 30 miles out, so we're going to be relatively high. So we are going to shoot an ILS, so we're on the ILS push buttons. Low. So we have flaps full. Catch back up with the glide path. I'm probably going to be relatively busy from here on out. Piece of shit. Zero. Through 2010. Cool. So weather has not changed. It's frozen. Are we loading in the airport? 36. I'm gonna do this too. Drop that down just to help out, because Detroit can be a little frame rate intensive sometimes. Not doing a very good job catching up with the glide path. We'll turn outbound just a little bit. Might fly a little 360. Go back over to the 2 cameras. level off 6,000. Roughly. Detroit traffic, Spirit Wings 9199 is 15 miles to the southwest. We're planning the ILS 4 left. Detroit. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't on. Since we haven't got no flight directors. On spoilers. And we're just cross-referencing the glide slope and the localizer, the carrots on the PFD. Flaps 2, speed checks, where the fuck you got? Flaps 2. Flaps 3. And flaps 4. Bit high, we're correcting. Get too focused on those carrots and just looking out the damn window. Detroit traffic, Spirit Wings 9199, 3 mile final 4 left. Detroit.
500. 400. 300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Light slope.
40. 30. 20. Retard.
Float him.
5,
Float chicken. Why am I not getting reversers? Reverser green, and we're desailing. I ain't hearing no. MEL'S didn't say anything about losing reverse thrust. Detroit traffic. Spirit Wings 9199's clear of runway 4 left. Detroit. Alright, we're gonna hold right here, clean her up. Alright. Yeah, start the timer. The cooldown. Yep, we're aware of that. And it's hard to do checklists and whatnot when you're hand flying single pilot. Otherwise we would have been doing some checklists. Alright, so we got Victor. Cool. I'll make sure there was actually somewhere to get to the hangar from this direction. Well guys, that wasn't terrible. That's my first time like truly flying needles. No flight directors, none of that shit. And I have to say it went relatively smoothly. Smoother than I thought it would have. Detroit traffic, Spirit Wings 9199's clear, runway 4 left, and we're going to be heading over to the Spirit hangar via Victor Zulu, and won't be crossing any runways. Be final call, Detroit. Man, that one was that was fun. Flight went by a lot faster than I thought it would have. I figured I'd been like, man, this is like mentally draining, and this is like actual work, but wasn't too bad. Would have been a hell of a lot easier if I had, you know, shared cockpit, something like that. So from now on, if one of my dispatchers has one of these types of flights and the pilots are turning down the airplane, I'm like, come on bro, like, it's a lot to consider, and it's definitely non-standard, which can be threats or hazards, but it's not that bad. Not that bad. now all we need is for FENIX to release the fucking update as soon as we close out this stream. If that were to happen, boy, it'd be streaming, would be right back. Be doing a first look together. I feel like she didn't give me the... Yeah, she's not saying it. Now she is. Alright, brakes set. EPU is up. And we can shut them down. 2, 1. She don't know what she wants. Beacons off. Bitch ain't going nowhere. Holy moly. Some bullshit, let me tell you. Alright, I think we're back. Or maybe not. I don't know how much of this y'all will be able to see, so I'm just going to go through shutting stuff down. I wonder if it's just like 1440 and all this is just too much for my internet to handle. Probably not. Josh, my internet company is Charter Spectrum, and they are the only provider that gives me the internet speeds that I need. If I leave Charter Spectrum, I'm looking at 50 megabits per second, whereas with Charter, I'm at a gig. So I'm kind of stuck. It's got to be my equipment, I guess. I don't fucking know. I've had the technicians come out 4 or 5 times, and when they come out, they do whatever they do. They usually say the cause for it is like some previous bullshit the last technician did, and it works fine for like a month or 2, and then I'm back to unstable internet. So I don't really know what to do, but that's where we're at. But anyways, let's catch up in the chat real quick, and then we're gonna call it a day. The pilots. Das is me right there. Seeing your wrong side. Well, guys, we actually made it somehow. I did not know if I was gonna be able to successfully do this one, but somehow we did it. Pretty stoked about it. Man, it takes some patience to hand fly this long. And I mean, I don't know. It went by fast for me. I enjoy hand flying, and that's the only way to to get good at flying an airplane is to fly the damn thing, get some practice in. And it's obviously a lot more forgiving in an Airbus with the fly-by-wire controls. Now, when we go to do this in the 7.3 at some point, it's going to be a lot uglier. I can promise you. Now, again, when we do that in the 7.3, we're going to have autopilot. We're going to have all the functions. I'm just going to hand fly. We're not going to have any deferrals. Whereas this one, obviously, we had a shit ton of deferrals and a lot of capabilities lost in the airplane. And this motherfucker just right through my airplane. The inspector, yep. 2-500. I don't know what that means. How's it feel to take the hands off finally? It actually feels pretty nice. Hands were getting a little clammy. Or the hand, I guess. Now this one was getting a little clammy too, because I was all over the throttles and I was my stress levels were very, very so slightly elevated, trying to maintain everything. But yeah, no, we were fine on the approach. We got we got 1 dot low, which is okay. I can't remember if we were in stable approach criteria yet or not. But we didn't exceed 1,000 feet per minute below 1,000 feet, so we were fine. We didn't have to go around. I did actually think about going around just because I was like, fuck, I forgot to start the replay. But then I was like, that'll be my luck. I want to go around just to go do the replay, and then the airplane gets away from me and screw things up. So I elected not to just get the fucker on the ground and get it to the hangar and get it fixed. We go maintenance. So let's do this. Let's see what happens here. I want to go to MCDU, config, maintenance. Let's go. Shit, that was the one I wanted. Maintenance. Ah, damn it. Just cycle all the way back around. Hydraulics, ice, rain, indicating, gear, lights, navigation, oxygen, pneumatic. Where you at, auto flight? There you go. Alright. We're going to request maintenance and let it diagnose. And see if we get our systems back. Jim, appreciate it, man. Plane on the ground and pilot on the ground means happy landing. 1 thundercroak. Yeah, I'll take it, especially with this stream. That was good, man. Nice flying, dude. I appreciate it. I really do. Awesome job. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. This one was I was a little bit nervous about. I was like, this is gonna make or break me as a streamer. Nice one, Wrongs. I appreciate that, man. I really do. You know they are dragging their feet, right? Yeah, they do that sometimes. Hopeful for a release this weekend, man. For some reason, I don't know why, in my gut, I felt like today was the day. I did. And then I saw Amir was on, I was in the FENIX chat just kind of reading around. And I saw Amir was just like kind of responding to people. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? I bet if they were going to release today, he would not be just casually chatting with people in the chat. They'd probably be, prepping things, doing things, getting the infrastructure, all that stuff set up for the release. Okay, so let's see if we hit status. ADIRS 1, 2, 3, that's to be expected. Autopilot 1 and 2 still shit. Now I wonder if the ADIRS need to be aligned to resolve some of this. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we align. But I'd be curious because we hit diagnose on the. Actually, I'll tell you what. The faster way to see if we still have issues is to go to manual failures, auto flight. Make sure y'all can see it. Auto thrust 1 and 2 and autopilot 1 and 2 are still in op. So I guess that maintenance thing probably only works for random failures, maybe. And if we want them back, that's all we gotta do. Bing, 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 bing. And now the airplane has been fixed and ready to go back into service. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we all get on our hands and knees tonight at the foot of the bed and pray to God, Lord Jesus, please let there be the IAEs coming tomorrow. Maybe it'll happen. PSA GSX Pro is 40% off right now. If anyone is wanting to get it, use code FSDREAM or FSDT 40. Yeah, that's a very good PSA to put out there. Back. Just came back from me. Got to tell your internet company that you want OnlyFans in 4K. Like, come on, guys. I'm trying to sell feet pics. I'm trying to sell dick pics, butthole pics, you know. And I'm trying to make butthole streams. And y'all are just messing it up, Charter. Y'all need to get your shit straight. That's funny. 1010 internet. AJJ, what's up, dude? Welcome. Unfortunately, we are pretty much done for the day. It was a good flight, though. Flew all VOR to VOR, flying the needles. With a little bit of cheating with the nav display, but other than that, you know. I mean, they would still have that in real life unless the display units were deferred. But I don't think that would, if both were deferred, that's going to be a no-go, I do believe. And this motherfucker just moved through my airplane. Yep, pretty much exactly how I said it to. That guy was starting his weekend, went right through the plane. He said, I gotta get to the clock out machine, start my weekend. That's kind of how I felt last night leaving work. On the air. Stand by, guys. So that was our dispatcher, Mr. Javier Martinez. Let's go with mini charts. So that was him, Mr. Javier Martinez. Oh shit, that's not even. It ain't even streaming. But yeah, he was just calling to chat real quick. But we'll say the dispatcher was calling just to you know, make sure that everything went well on the flight, and we were happy with the release, and we were. Which I have to be happy with it because I was the one that actually planned it. The IEs make any airliner sexy. Agreed. Agreed. Yo, can you imagine when the day comes that we have a FENIX A319 with IE engines and sharklets? Because American flies those. That's gonna be a little hot rod. A little late. 'Twas a long day. That's all good, man. Not a problem at all. That's why God made the replay. Isn't the compass light a no-go if burnt out? Theoretically, I guess it could be. If you know, you find yourself in the very worst wrong situation in the cockpit. I don't think it's necessarily gonna be a no-go on the deferral, but you know, if you're, I don't know, I guess if the cockpit's full of smoke and you have no avionics, no, like you've lost your GPS or some shit, I don't know, 80 years, like lost all that stuff, and you're purely on standby, that's a really bad day. But theoretically, yeah, you might would need that light to help illuminate. Stick pics. Right. Exclusive stick content. Oh, I get, that's hilarious. Eyes of sharklets would be juicy. Karen, I can tell that you've been watching some V1, huh? V1 loves saying the juice. I've been trying to think what's better than juice. It sounds good. It sounds weird if you're like, that'd be the beer, that'd be the whiskey, that'd be the seltzer, that'd be the water. I guess juice just kind of goes, you know. Got to give it more juice. Lots of Charlotte to Wilmington once we get those IE 319s. Flown on one of the AAs a few times on that route. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm super sick of looking at these CFMs. They just are not nearly as sexy as the IEs. Especially when you're looking at an airliner like this, or an airline that doesn't, you know, run CFMs. But used to watch V1 a lot until he pointed us to your channel. Well, I mean, I would hope you still show him some love, because I never want to steal, you know, any support from anybody. Not that I guess, you know, it's stealing, but you know. But nonetheless, that's fucking awesome, man. I appreciate it. I guess one of the extremely limited few perks that you would have on my channel versus any of the big guys is, you know, it's just easier to talk with everybody and get to everybody, and I can interact with everyone since I don't have, you know, 350 to 400 people watching with the chat constantly just fucking. I can barely keep up with y'all as it is. But all right, guys. Well, I reckon that's going to be it for today. For sure, going to be streaming on Monday. I have an idea that I've been running with for a while now. It's a long ass stream. It would probably be a 8 to 9 hour long stream, but something I would like to try to do. I'm gonna keep it a secret. We'll see. If we don't do that, we're gonna fly something on Monday. Hopefully, maybe fucking Monday, we're flying the IEs. Shit, if the IEs come out, I'll tell Crystal, like, look, sorry, I gotta do an emergency stream. I gotta go fly this airplane. And then we can just all load up in our Phoenixes and just have a Congo line to wherever the hell we want to go. That would be dope. Maybe that'd be the next group flight, right? As we're all in the Phoenix. For those that have it. But so if the 777, 75, and Phoenix update all land at the same time, what do you shit? I'm 75, hands down. Because even if, you know, even with IE engines and whatever new stuff is added to the Phoenix, we've been flying the Phoenix for, you know, over a year, right? So 75 be brand new, 777's brand new. But I think most people 75 is going to be what most people like. I mean, I think I've heard more people in my life say the 75 is their favorite airplane, favorite airliner. And which, for me, the 75 is by far my favorite airliner. So I think it would be probably a 75. We'd probably go into some 75 territory like Jackson Hole and Cotton, you know, something like that. High altitude, short runways type stuff. You know, really show off the power of those 75 Rolls-Royce or Pratt & Whitney engines. If it's up to me, I'm flying Rolls-Royce. But yeah, that's what I would do. Obviously, that's not going to happen. The 777 and the Phoenix will definitely drop close to each other, I believe, like, you know, relatively close to each other. 75 is a hot minute away. So emergency stream. Yeah, I tell her, like, look, if you're not gonna let me emergency stream, I'm gonna have to kick you out the house. I just bought her brand new BF Goodwrench all-terrain tires today for $1,500. So I can kind of do whatever I want to right now. Manifesting it is going to sit in a circle with some magic stones. Yeah. So 757 said it might not be this year. Yeah, it's. I think if all goes really well, Q4 of this year, but next year is definitely not out of the question. And as hard as it is to want to wait, or as hard as it is to wait for that airplane, I mean, Captain Sim and Prepared had really nice 75s. Flight Factor had pretty good 75s. But if they're pumping out like a PMDG quality or better fidelity 75, I'll wait. Because that's been like my dream. My dream has always been a PMDG 757. And as we all know, they had teased that when doing an interview with Robert Rendazzo. They were supposedly going to show a secret project at FS Weekend this weekend. And that was from Mattis Cock, whatever his name is. And then he quickly retracted that, and they changed that to Flight Sim Expo. I think it's the 757. That's my guess. Now, if they're going by their, like, they're kind of following the sequence of airplane releases that they did for Prepared, and that was the 7.3 family, the 777-2, the 777-3, then the 747-400, then the Dash 8 Queen of the Skies, and that's where things had stopped before Microsoft Flight Sim came out. I do know for sure that they are going to release a MAX. Rendazzo has said publicly that we can expect the MAX between the 777-200 and the 777-300. So I don't think that's the secret project, because he's already talked about it. It wouldn't be a huge surprise to anybody if they were doing a 7.4, 400, or Dash 8. So I think the secret that they're talking about is a PMDG 757. That's what I think. And I'm honestly hoping for it. I hope it's a 7.8. I know Quality Wings was working on one, but they've been silent for years, so maybe that's no longer a reality. I personally could care less for the 7.8, just because, even though it's not like super high fidelity and whatnot, I'm content with the 7.8 that we have now and the 7.8s. I would take the 7.5 over the 7.8s, since we don't have a 7.5 like at all. Maybe it's a secret 727. If that's the case, then kiss my ass, because there's no fucking way in hell I'm gonna be able to fly no 7.2. Shit. You know, talk about shared cockpit. We're gonna need 2 pilots and a navigator to fly one of them damn things. You know what's funny? Back in that day, they marketed the 727 as like a super quiet airplane. Like that was its like big selling point. Such a quiet airplane. You know how fucking loud that motherfucker is? That thing is unbelievably loud. Hella loud. Oh, I didn't know that. Makes sense. That's probably why they've been silent for years, because they no longer are alive. So, alright guys, well, let's all hope and pray. We can all get on our knees. We can all go outside and do Phoenix dances. Let's hope tomorrow, if not tonight, tomorrow be the day for the Phoenix IAEs and the whole completely rebuilt airplane from the ground up. Oh, their trademark even expired. 737, A330 driver did a bit. Gotcha. Didn't know that. I don't really like his content. He annoys me. I don't know what it is about him. He's kind of seems a little like he's got a chip on his shoulder. I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out on this very non-standard stream. It was definitely a challenge. I hope this sheds some light on just how important dispatchers are. Some of the challenges that dispatchers see, especially when things are non-standard, like having to route Class 1 nav only, which is VOR to VOR. You know, ensuring that those nav aids are operable, that they are within range, to ensure a safe and legal flight for the pilots who then have to go and go fly that thing. I really enjoyed this one. It was really cool getting to show y'all MELs, getting to read MEL numbers out loud, and kind of, I don't know, these things are a massive daily part of a dispatcher's life. So it was awesome getting to share this with y'all, and then go turn around and apply it to the airplane. So if y'all enjoyed this, again, please smash the like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your friends. Share this with your ma, your pa, everybody. Anybody who'd be interested in this type of challenging content. Anybody who's interested in becoming a dispatcher. Any of that kind of a thing. Share it with them. And until next time, whenever that is, we'll continue to hope and pray for Phoenix. Hope and pray for some PIMDage 777 as well. And, you know, as always, be good at it, keep it on the wrong side, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace!